Oh no.
The horror.
I'm just going to replace myself with a Pidgeycorn. A Piggycorn. Well, I have the urge to make an octopus pirate now.
An octopus pirate?
Yeah.
Yay!
No, you. I mean, I was going to ask which one of you wants to recap. Can anyone remember 4 weeks ago?
We got the crystals, and then we got the keys, and then we lit up the crystal. And we got our adventure certificates.
You did? Yep, mostly cults. So I think you ended last time heading out into the streets with a giant kobold leg. From the Swobolds, yep. And heading out. I'm not sure what. I think you were gonna potentially skin it, start tanning it, that kind of stuff. Cool. So I can. So I can assume a few days have passed since then. You've had time to do all that stuff. Other people could do whatever it is they wanted to do, shopping-wise or anything like that. And now you can decide what kind of adventures you want to go on. So, having gained access to the Adventuring Guild, you now have access to the jobs boards in any of the official government premises. They will kind of have jobs boards going around with papers that you can take of things that are happening, stuff that they need labor for, that kind of stuff. And you can also go visit your home regions, and they too may also have jobs that you can acquire. So I don't know where did people want to go first? I'd say it's a couple of days after, so you don't have to carry a leg around. Unless you just want to RP carrying a leg for the rest of the campaign. That's good too.
It'll be fine.
Just turn it into a bone club eventually. Is that huh? Yeah.
The hell would you use the bone for?
Oh, there's so many uses. You can make a club.
Sure.
You've got a sling, so you could make little bone pebbles. Yeah. So you gain a set of foot knuckle pebbles for your sling. Oh, easy. Yeah, that's pretty easy thing. Yeah, it's pretty light. Although they're pretty chunky. So like each knuckle, because the Swobold's like almost 9 feet tall, so they're not like human bones. They're pretty chunky. So yeah, you can fill those with lead, make them a bit tougher, so they don't just shatter when they hit anything tough. That's not going to cost you too much money. No, I think you're all pretty rich. Yeah, the joys of monks. Was there anything anyone wanted to do shopping-wise? You were good with potions, that kind of stuff? Any exploration? Or did you just want to go looking for jobs, things to do?
I was actually going to retreat to my guild's hall while I was resting and healing up. And while there, I was going to see if there was any guild-specific jobs that needed doing.
Yeah. So let's see where you are. So on the map, that is exactly the building you are on the map already, where the big V is. That is your giant guild hall. It's almost like a palace, but less shiny and opulent. It's a lot more not more militaristic, but a lot more practical. Everything is very defensive in the way it's built, and it's built kind of like a giant embassy in its kind of look. So it's got a very nice style, but it's very plain. It's not full of gold or anything like that. All of the fittings in there are mostly brass, metal, like steel, or they're just plain stone. So in there, you can indeed go find some missions that you want that you can go claim. So in there you have, where is the name? So you have a scout officer called Scout Mason, who is a Warforged Inquisitor, is his rank. So he's a Warforged Inquisitor. He deals with all the jobs that go in and out, sending out operatives within the city for the most part. And he does indeed have jobs that you can go claim.
Okay, since I am still relatively green, I assume there is some that are currently off limits, but I'll take a look at his low-ranking ones that he is offering.
Yeah, so he's got a couple. So he kind of, he's, as I said, he's a Warforged. He's in, still in leather armor though, to fit in with the rest of the guild. Because of Inquisitor rank, he does have a giant eye pin that has several lines through it, indicating his rank, that holds his cloak, like his little cape that kind of goes down about halfway down his back, holds him on just to show his rank. But otherwise, he's wearing mostly black leathers with brown straps with daggers and things hidden onto the sides, that kind of stuff. So he's combat ready at all times. And then his actual frame is made out of like a brownish metal that's almost like brass, but very dulled. So he's very like practical, but almost like a droid in the way that he looks. So he has a box of envelopes that sit below his desk, and he filters through those and pulls one of those out of there, which has an Inquisitor stamp on there. He breaks the seal and shows you a letter about, and this is for a mission to bounty hunt some people that have been breaking into some of the stores of the House Radomir. So someone has been breaking in and specifically stealing gold, platinum, and sapphires from several stores around the Free Guilds district.
That seems something that I could possibly take care of, and I will definitely take that one.
Yep. There's also some other general ones, like protecting caravans, that kind of thing. But that one pays, the one he's given you pays up to 1,000 gold on its completion. Whereas a lot of the other jobs, they're a bit cheaper. They're around the 50 to 100 gold for 1 or 2 days labor of either protecting caravans, doing some store muscling, kind of doing some guard work, that kind of stuff around your areas.
And the House Radomir bounty one, is there any specifics about it? Any characters in particular that they want dead or alive kind of thing, or is it just stop it?
So they don't care if you retrieve them dead or alive. You just need to provide proof that it is them and retrieve as much of the stolen goods as you can.
Okay.
But it does give you a contact for the last store that was hit. It's someone called Quill at a place called the Night's Eye. which is a general store that specializes in trinkets, including gems, cut gems, jewelry, that kind of stuff.
All right. And what was the reward for this one? Was up to 1,000?
1,000 gold, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I will take that, and I will make my way out of the guild, and hopefully we'll meet up with some of the other of the adventuring party on my travels.
Okay. Did anyone else want to go back, see their homes, or do a bit of digging themselves? You were? Yeah. Well, most likely, yeah. So the way your guild works is you do have your guild headquarters is actually on an island just offshore in the lake. That's where your main building is. So you have ferries that go to and from that pretty consistently. But you also have like a large dock region as well, which sits on the mainland, which has an embassy for your guild. It's a bit smaller than the others, but the main building has all of your higher ranking stuff. That's where you get a lot of your personalized things, but you can collect jobs from either point.
And go look for jobs.
Okay. So for you guys, nope. I mean, there are a few centaurs, but she does stand out a little bit.
I float.
You do float. That does make you slightly taller than the rest by about an inch. So you meet up, and you go see the officer that looks after yours, which is you go see a turtle named Sunny. So this is a fairly elder turtle. He's pushing a couple of 100 years at this point. He's been in the same position for decades at this point, and he was actually brought up from the original group that moved here. So he is from an original family line. So he's been in this guild since its inception, and he currently trains a lot of the new recruits. So you are familiar with him from your training, specifically on the water rifts that belong in the lake. And the reason he's called Sunny is because he has a mostly black and dark shell, but each piece has like a burnt orange that sits in it that's been getting darker as he's aged. So they started off as almost bright yellow suns that sat on every plate of his shell. But he too has a list of jobs. So he also has a bounty job that's linked to the same one that was just picked up, but he's also got one specific to your guild, which is for a creature that's been attacking the farms that sit within the southern district to yours. So livestock in some of the farms, so some of the sheep and other creatures that you call food in the city, have started disappearing nearer the forest edge. So the city has actually got its own forest that sits on the southern edge, so that you can look after creatures that belong in trees, that kind of thing, but they can stay safe within the walls. On the edge of this forest, some of the farms have started noticing certain creatures have been disappearing from the livestock, and even a couple of the shepherds have now started vanishing, and so they're starting to get a bit concerned. So there's a hunt on to find out what this creature is, and to bring evidence that it's been removed and solve the issue. Because at the moment, the bit of land by the forest has been shut down until this creature can be removed. Yep. So that one is that one's 800 gold to either capture or destroy the creature. They don't mind, as long as you provide evidence that it has been removed. As long as you don't eat all of it.
And I will look at the other one.
So yep. So there are a few general contracts that you have access to as well. So all the guilds have access to like the general jobs. So you've got a few where you can go do some guard duty shifts to earn some gold. You've got a few where you can just go look after caravans, look after merchants, that kind of stuff that range around 50 to 100 gold each. And you can spend a day to a week doing those, depending on which job those are. But they're on the lower end. There are a lot more general stuff that you could do by yourself. This is an actual group one that you could do.
Oh, okay. There's not. I thought you said there was one that was like that linked to.
Oh, that's Chris's. Yeah. So Sunny does actually have the same contract that Chris has, which has similar, basically the same information. There have been some known break-ins. The investigation is being led by Chris's guild, but they are offering payment out to other guilds, and that too is for 1,000 gold.
I'll take that.
The other one was a monster hunt on the. Oh, and then the others are jobs that you could do by yourself, which are like daily guard duties. You can pick up shifts, go spend some time in the research areas of the rifts, that kind of thing. And no, there's 2 jobs currently. The only guilds that currently have that one are yours and the Terrace Guild, which is the area right next to it. So, Terrace Hold, yeah. So they are also looking for that creature because it's on their land, but the Mirror's Quarter have a very close relationship with the Terrace Hold, so are offering out the job to you because you kind of share some of the same farming lands, because the south part of your districts start bleeding over into theirs, because it's a lot of open fields and forests and things like that on the southern edge. And Saskia, did you want to go see your guild?
Yes, I would.
Cool. Let me just bring up yours. That's the problem when you have so many pages of different places to go. So yours is in the Scholar's Peak. So yours is in your home, as it was a series of towers that form a giant school. In essence, there's a big research center that specializes in curses, in blood magics, that kind of stuff, and doing non-traditional magics. So whereas other wizards may do divination, that kind of stuff, yours is more focused on solving how curses work and removing those, trying to find out the reason for why vampires exist or why were creatures exist, that kind of stuff. So they do a lot of stranger experiments, and as such have a much more diverse group, including fiends such as yourself. Yes. So they have a black stone, like an onyx stone fortress that has several towers. The largest one being a tower that is lined with green, almost like a jade color that reaches up into the sky, and it's one of the 2 tallest towers in the whole city. That has 4 spikes coming off the top. So the person that you speak to is actually a shifter, which is a creature that's very humanoid, but is kind of half, almost like a were creature, but isn't actually affected by a curse. They're actually just born linked. Their souls are linked to animals. So this shifter is almost like a tabaxi. They have light fur that covers their entire body, and they have much larger eyes than usual that are yellowed, that have like slits that shut sideways, like a combination of a cat and almost like a lizard's eyes. So where is their name?
I just realized
They-
I don't think my microphone was getting picked up this entire time on OBS.
Oh no. So they can hear everyone but you.
Yep.
So that she's called Moonfang. She has like a light grey fur with very, very subtle black stripes that kind of go down the arms that you can see. And she's wearing a robe that has no sleeves, that kind of covers down and stops just below the knee. And she too she's a curator of one of the libraries there, and holds access to a lot of the missions that go on in the city, and deals with a lot of the acquisitions that the guild does for strange and wonderful items. So going through hers, she has a contract. She too has the contract that Chris had, but with slightly different wording. Yours isn't to track down who they are, but an item that they've taken. So in one of their heists, they have actually stolen a ring from one of your shops related to one of your research centers. So this is a shop that sells strange items to help with spellcraft for the students that attend your guild. They've actually taken a ring that they would like to be returned.
Do I know anything about the ring?
Yes. So the ring is very important to your research because it's like a focus that allows portals to be created, and was specifically used in research to open portals to the Shadowfell.
Interesting.
So it has a very dark ruby red crystal in it that is set into a soft, like white gold ring. So even by itself, it's worth quite a lot of money, but it's very important to certain types of research that is linked to the Shadowfell.
Alrighty. I will be taking that one.
Okay. Okay, so I think you've all picked up a variety of missions. Some of them are similar, some aren't. So where would you guys like to meet up? Would you like to set a tavern that you're all gonna meet back up at?
I don't think we ever discussed continuing working together.
I mean, you don't have to. You can all just all go on missions, and maybe you'll just bump into each other.
I was gonna say, yeah, it would make sense that we'd probably all meet each other at some point during doing that one mission.
Okay. Which missions do people want to head out on then?
Which one seems the most urgent?
The most urgent is probably the not bounty hunt, the monster hunt, because it's affecting the food supply. So they may not be immediately affect the food supply. It will affect the food chain going further down the line, because if it keeps going, it's going to impact the food stores for the city, because a lot of the food stores actually come from that quarter of the city. The bounty hunt is relatively urgent, but they've already hit 3 or 4 stores already that you're aware of, so you suspect they're likely to do it again. But it does pay slightly more money.
I would say we do the monster hunt first, because they have an open contract also with other guilds, and they could possibly snipe it from us.
No, the monster hunt is only our guild. Your
Yeah, the bounty one is open, but is primarily being given to inquisitors or enforcers such as yourself. But the bounty one's only given to 2 guilds currently.
I
But
vote
the bounty
food.
does pay a fair bit more money.
Of course, I'm always gonna vote food.
I mean, depending on what the foods are, they might be food too.
I feel like I would do the more expensive one. $1,000 one. That was the one.
Okay. So did you want to meet up at the name that's been given to all of you is a person called Quilla at the Knight's Eye.
Sure.
And Quilla is the owner of the store. Okay. Let's see if Roll20 wants to work today.
Probably not.
This is true.
Hey, it's a black
Those are-
screen.
Excellent. So if I... Boop,
That's a big map. Good lord.
boop.
Okay.
Right. Did it drop all of you into the scene?
Are we
Oh,
all
okay.
going to that one?
You don't all have to.
It looks like we are.
Why is it not loaded in Saskia?
Everything is black.
Yeah, your token's
Your-
not there yet.
Yours is a white bar. What is going on there? There we go.
I see things.
Aha. Can you see the whole room or just about a foot in front of your face?
I can see about a foot in front of my face.
Perfect.
It's a trap.
Ah!
No, it's blindingly bright. Alright, so you arrive at the store, which has behind the till there is a lizardfolk called Quilla, and she is white, almost entirely white, with specks of green that kind of highlight around the edge of all of her scales, and she is wearing just like general shop attire, so she's wearing quite a nice fitted top and and pants, but you can't really see those as she stands behind the thing, and she's currently just sitting behind kind of like the till area of the shop, sorting stuff out on a desk.
Alright, I'm going to walk up and introduce myself on behalf of my guild,
Mhm.
and say that, or ask rather, because I don't know her name, if she is the one mentioned in the bounties contract that was offered.
Yeah, so she puts down what she's working on. She's currently writing into a ledger that's just sitting there, going through her inventory, and she goes, "Ah, yes. I am Quilla. Are you here to track them down?"
Yes, we are. What are we looking for? Humans, gnomes, elves? What general people have been hitting you?
Humanoids of some kind. Not too sure what they look like. I was asleep upstairs when they hit, and they killed my guard. His friend. Come, I show you. And she takes you. First of all, she takes you to a back left room. So there's two doors behind the desk. There's the one on the left side that goes to a stairway which goes up to the home that's up top, where she lives, and then there's one on the right which goes to the store office. So she takes you through and shows you a window where she believes they got in. So that's, if I switch to ping, that would be real handy. Up here on the top left, there's a window that has been jimmied open.
Okay, I'm going to inspect the window either for claw marks from like a grappling hook or anything like that that would indicate how they broke in or open up the window.
Okay, make a investigation check.
Investigation.
So what's that, 10? Okay.
Not that great.
No, but what you do see is there's like a little latch on there, and the latch has been knocked open and not broken as the window is lifted up. but you do notice that there are some subtle claw marks sitting on the window frame, identifying that at least one of the assailants probably had claws rather than regular hands. So more like a monk friend here. I
Hey.
can ascertain it's possibly a lizard folk.
I would just like to assure everybody I did not do this.
Haha! Investigation.
Okay. And how was the guard killed?
The guard currently isn't there. They've removed the body. She sighs sadly and says he was stabbed several times. A dagger.
Is there still blood on the ground from that?
Yes, but it's not in this room.
Okay.
So in the main room, there was a bit behind where a stool would have been that sits behind the counter, kind of
Okay.
leaning against the door. And there's a small, most of it's been cleaned now, but there is a small bit of blood just in front of that door where they'd been leaning against the counter that night, and someone had come through from behind.
Okay. Is it centered on that one spot, or does it look like the guard got up and moved about while bleeding?
Oh, it's centered on one spot.
So it was a quick kill.
Yep.
Okay.
Quill. Yeah. And then Quill says, "I show you what they took." And then she walks back through that door and then through the second door into the office. So this is not a big fancy office, but it does have a safe which is in the place of a very rigid metal chest that has a series of locks on it. It has 3 padlocks, and then one of the padlocks is, as Chris's character would notice, is a kind of a magically sealed, like fairly common magically sealed lock. So it can't just be picklocked like a regular lock. But all 3 of them are currently open.
Do they look like they were forced open, or
No, they were not forced.
disabled?
They were disabled.
And are the contents of all of the boxes that were locked missing, or is there still some contents there?
So what they did take is they took a small cash box that had a couple of hundred worth of gold and silver in it, and then they also took another box which was like the high valuables box that had roughly 10 platinum in it, and then they also took one of the tray of gems but left the others. So there are still trays of gems in there of various sizes. You're not too sure how much the value of each of those trays is, because they're not all completely full, but there are gems in there. But the sapphire tray is empty.
The sapphire tray. Only the sapphire tray.
Only sapphires.
Okay, is there any spots of blood besides that was left by the guard when they were stabbed?
No blood, no. But did you want to investigate the chest itself to see if there's anything strange with the chest?
Sure.
Okay. Did anyone want to assist with this?
I will assist.
Okay. Make Saskia, give me an Arcana check, and Chris, give me another investigation roll.
While they're doing that, I am gonna ask Maris if she knows anything that magically might require sapphires.
Do I know this?
Trying to think what. Make a general wisdom check.
Since I would have asked the sorceress, but she was busy.
Yeah. No, so Maris isn't too sure what it's for. None of you are really studied magic users.
Oh, that's
Well, no, like you're not wizards that go to a school.
I know.
More than
You,
I
you all
know.
deal in more natural magics. So the combination of Chris and Amber, you can't see specifically how they did it, but what you can tell is that thieves' tools were definitely used. Thieves' tools were also used on the magic lock in the center as well, which does seem very odd to you, Chris, because thieves' tools by themselves can't just click open a magic lock like this.
Magical thieves.
Magical.
Yeah, so we are dealing with some very well provisioned thieves. That much is clear. Why they only take sapphires, though, I do not know.
Maris and I don't know either.
It looks like they came with purpose, too. If they just took sapphires, they knew what they were going after, so they may have been checking out this place for a while. The bounty says they hit several other places. Does Quill know the other places, and we could possibly go there for information as well?
Yeah. So Quill's heard of. She's heard of the thefts going on. She only knows one other person that was being hit, which wasn't a store. It was a market stall. So it was a market stall. Some of them are set on carts, and those carts are stored either in people's homes or there's actually like secure storage for a lot of these markets. And one of those was hit specifically, and they took money and sapphires. Did you want to ask Quill anything about what happened that night?
I would like to ask her some questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to ask her first if she remembers anybody in particular showing a particular interest in the sapphires prior to their theft.
And she has a think, and she can't think of anyone that was looking for large quantities of sapphires, but there was someone looking to have sapphires put in a ring in the last week or so.
And did she remember who that is?
So she doesn't remember a name, but she remembers roughly what they look like.
Okay.
So it was a fairly tall gentleman who had, let's see, what did they look like? So it was a fairly tall gentleman that had like shaved sides of his hair, and then like pulled back. It's like a short ponytail.
So a man bun with an undercut.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah. So he had that going on. He was wearing nice, like fairly fine clothes, with a black cape that just kind of went over, but it wasn't a very long one. It was quite a short, like just a cape that goes over the shoulders.
Okay.
And he himself was a shifter. So he was what she believed would be like a shift hound, someone that's associated with hounds, like a bloodhound.
Okay.
So they had very, very fine fur that was like a dark red, a short snout, but still like a relatively humanish face, outside of like some accentuated features. So they had like slightly bigger ears, but other than that, they just looked like a fairly well-to-do shifter.
Okay. Does she recall anybody who came in and was showing interest in other gems and zero interest in sapphires? And do you display these? Like, are these out for display during the day?
Yes. So on the desk in front of you, they have small like glass cabinets. It doesn't have all the stock in, but they have like example pieces. So they have a few rings, they have bracelets, And then what was taken is actually raw cut gems, not jewelry, just
Okay.
pure raw cut gems.
Okay.
So one of the services they do here is they will set rocks into personalized bracelets, necklaces, rings, that kind of stuff. But they also sell like cheaper ones that are pre-made.
Okay.
But this person was looking for having a ring with 3 sapphires put into it.
Yeah. Anybody who came in and didn't want to purchase anything.
I mean, no one that stood out. They get quite a few people who just come in, browse, and don't necessarily buy anything.
Okay. Anybody else?
My fire would be investigated and. Any other questions?
She stops to think for a second and says, there was one more thing. The reason I woke up is I heard a loud knock, like a bang. Like someone was slamming a door, or trying to get into a door really loud. And that's what got me out of bed. But by the time I made it downstairs, they were already gone.
Are there any doors that look?
No, no doors were used. All the doors were locked. Well, not locked. The 2 doors on the inside. There was a lock on the office door, but that was bypassed, and you can assume that was in the same way as the chest.
What?
Or they might have taken the keys off the guard. You're not sure.
Would our sorceress know anything about? This is out of character. The knock spell.
Quite possibly. Chris' character also may know about the knock spell, considering the guild he's from.
And knock out of character. That's the
It's when it unlocks things and it makes a loud knocking sound.
opens.
It's like it's literally like a door knocking, and it makes a sound 300
Yeah.
feet in radius.
Okay.
So that means other people outside of the store probably would have heard it as well. But that would disable the magic part of lock.
So she would have woke up after they were already in the store and already
Yes.
stealing crap. Okay.
Yeah, she just missed them. So she got out of bed, got dressed, ran downstairs. But by the time she'd made it down, they'd already made it out the store, and she found her friend bled out behind the counter.
Oh man. And it didn't look like there was a struggle, did it?
No struggle at all.
Okay.
Because they came in through the back window, it looks like they just snuck straight in behind him, silently dispatched of him, and then continued on with what they were trying to get.
Now she said that he was stabbed with a dagger.
Mhm.
Did they leave that weapon behind?
No.
So how does she know it was a dagger?
Because of the... this was a couple of days ago, so since then, his body was taken away, and an autopsy was done.
Okay.
Like a pretty basic one. Just went, yeah, he got
Damn
stabbed. But the stab wounds were only about an inch wide, so they were too small to be like a sword. They weren't slashing marks or anything. They were straight piercing marks into the back of the neck.
Out of character, does she have insurance, and could this be insurance fraud?
Yes.
Alright. So we have one gentleman we can at least ask why he was looking at sapphires in particular.
If you can track them down.
I mean, he seems like he'd be pretty noticeable as far as description goes. Maybe? I don't know.
It's a big city though.
Yeah. But he would have entered other establishments looking for sapphires as well.
He could have been seen outside as well.
Is this store the only jewelers in this vicinity?
It's not the only. No, it's not. It's not like a high-end jewelers or anything. It's a bit more local. But it's not the only one, no.
Okay, so within walking distance, we should find one or a few more.
Yeah. This is in. It's one of the market districts.
Okay.
In the what district is it called? It's in Scholar's Peak.
Scholar's Peak.
Yeah. It's on the southwestern side of Scholar's Peak in a market region.
Okay.
So there's a few people who deal with gems. There's enchanters, that kind of stuff around here. This is more where you'd go to get resources to do stuff. So they have stacks of paper. They've got inks and things like that. They've got a few trade tools, so they have a few artisan tools here.
Given that we're in Scholar's Peak, and this is mostly where arcane users get their components, would shit. I forgot her name already.
Which guild are you thinking of?
The gem person.
Quill.
Oh, yeah.
How the hell did I forget that? Would she describe somebody looking for sapphires to set in a ring out of place?
Not out of place, because they could be used for several things. They could either be used just for ornamental reasons, but there are spells that people can use sapphires for. So that person could have made the ring, and then they could have taken it to an enchanter to do something specific with it.
Okay.
But she wouldn't know what spell that person was thinking of putting onto a ring.
No, I was just wondering, because it sounds like it'd be more like a bulk buy for spell component reasons, rather than somebody looking for pretty gems for a ring.
Yeah.
We know that they're only taking sapphires. We could split up and go to the various other gem merchants, and if they haven't been hit yet or something like that, if they've seen anyone either matching the description of that shifter or anything like that, we could possibly lie in wait and almost set a trap for them if we know that they're going after sapphires. Or we could confirm our suspicions if they have been robbed and within a day or so beforehand saw this canine-looking shifter guy.
Yep. Well, Quill told us she knew of some other stores that have been hit, right?
Other stores have been hit, yeah.
Yeah, there was
not all in this district. Though.
Not all in this district. Okay.
Yeah, the only one there that's kind of close to this district is that market stall that was hit. So it's a much smaller store,
Okay.
but they too were hit specifically for money and sapphires. So nothing else was taken.
Okay.
And Saskia would know of another place that's been hit where they took the same, but also took other items that she may or may not have disclosed what they are.
I would know of that.
Would.
Yeah, we can split up and try to ask some of the other jewelers or gem folks around this area if they've seen the shifter or somebody looking for sapphires in specific.
Yeah, just gonna check. One of you may have information that you could use.
Session 2, let's split the party.
let's all take individual quests.
We'll be fine.
Yes. Let's all take our own quests and make Dan figure it out.
Where is?
I'm gonna go hunt this creature now. Bye.
See you later. It's fine.
Yeah. So, Chris was a wanderer, and combined with the guild he's in, he will actually know something that might be useful. Is that the city, though it doesn't have much homeless, it does have a begging population that act as eyes and ears for the guild.
Okay. I assume there's maybe some sort of thieves' cant or something like that, sort of marks around the city that indicate where they are.
Yes.
I am going to step outside and see if I can see any of those and try and find one of these eyes.
So you step outside, and it's like it's not like a super high-end area. Like the buildings are okay, but it's not. The streets aren't like perfectly immaculately clean. There aren't guards everywhere, so there are a few beggars and things like that around. And you notice to your right there's an alleyway that goes beside the shop, which is where that window comes out. So as you walk around there, you notice that there's someone sitting kind of on the corner looking out into the street. That they're just sitting there. They've got like a blink dog sitting beside them, and they have a little sign that's just asking for money. But you notice that if you look at it in a particular way, it actually makes an eye symbol, like the letter I, that has 3 strikes through it.
3 stripes. Okay. I am going to approach him and say some sort of code phrase, which I assume as a wanderer or
some thieves'
Rogue
cant that you would.
Legion member I would know. To say I'm one of the good guys.
Mhm.
And I want to ask if he has seen or knows about these sapphire heists and any possible person that has been looking to acquire large amounts of them.
So this is kind of like a young orc, maybe in his late teens, early 20s, sitting there with a dog. He's wearing quite a really thick cloak, which is quite almost strange for the city because it's not a cold city by any means. But he's sitting there with this thick cloak that kind of covers the top half of his face, almost like he's just hiding his face somewhat. And he looks at the window and nods at you to acknowledge that maybe he saw something.
Okay, I am going to reach down and pet the blink dog on the head. As I do, I am going to drop 20 gold pieces in his tin or whatever he's got there.
Yep. So you drop some money in his pan, and as you lean down to kind of like scratch the blink dog's head, he leans over and like pats the back of the dog and whispers to you, and gives you a description of 2 figures, both wearing black cloaks. One was a shifter with red fur. Didn't see the rest of his face, but sure, a shifter with red fur. And
That's the blink dog.
It's the blink dog. Yeah. And the other was a lizardfolk with red, black spotted scales that it saw from its hands. And he heard them. He saw them exiting the building after a loud bang that he believes was a knock. And he saw them, and he like leans around the corner of the street and points down, and he says, "What's the location?" and he gives you the name of a local fence that he saw them heading towards, and it's a tavern that is called the Noble Giant.
Noble Giant. All right. I'm going to thank him and continue walking around, making it look like I don't know what I'm doing and wandering aimlessly, and eventually make my way back to the group and relay that information.
Okay.
I did not write down the color of the shifter that Quill described.
She described a dark red furred, almost like fox furred,
Okay.
hound shifter.
So the shifter that this individual that Chris found, or that the individual that Viren found, could be the same individual.
Yes. Yeah, the descriptions match almost perfectly, though the clothes that they were wearing were different.
Well, the black cloak matches. Or was the...
Yeah, the cloak that he was wearing was a bit longer, though.
Okay.
But that's a simple change that they could make.
Yeah.
And they were the two that stole were wearing matching black cloaks.
And it appeared to be claw marks in the window, possibly made by a lizard folk.
Yes.
And you said the lizard folk was red scaled with black spots?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
Like a ladybug.
Okay.
So there's a possibility that it's just these two that we have to be on the lookout for.
See, wasn't me. I'm black scaled.
No, it wasn't.
She covered up the red.
Where is the Noble Giant in relation to this? To the
it's not too far away. If you were doing it in blocks, it's only like a block and a half away. So they could have easily, in the middle of the night, slipped away and found their way towards this area. And it is a tavern, so it's quite it's open pretty late.
I don't know about you all, but I could go for a drink.
I could go for a snack.
What is the alcohol tolerance of a centaur?
Let's find out.
All of it.
All of it is the top. That's the problem when you get immunity to poison. You just can't be drunk anymore.
That is true.
That's why monks get more boring as they get older.
Kothar doesn't drink anyway.
2 tavern.
So you walk down the street. It's relatively busy this time of day. It's like early afternoon,
Oh.
kind of like just after lunch.
We
You're
should
saying
make-
that's probably why you're getting a bit
We
hungry.
should make the centaur go first, and that way everybody gets out of our way.
Yeah. You make your way towards, and then you see a sign that's come out, and it kind of looks like what's the front of a ship? That I can't remember the name of.
A
now.
mast? No.
Not a mast.
Ah.
The bit at the front. It's basically got like the front of a ship sticking out of some rock.
Oh, the
with
figurehead.
With like the side of a caravan that's hanging off the side of it. That says the Noble Ogre. The Noble Giant, sorry. And it's made of like giant grey stones, as if someone had literally picked up boulders to build the walls and then packed it with mud. And then there's kind of like a fairly wide and tall entrance with kind of like saloon doors.
So there's a good possibility a giant actually made this place.
It's quite possible.
The saloon doors, given the sheer size, Can we just, some of the shorter people just duck under them?
Yeah. The saloon doors are like don't start till like 3-4 feet off the floor,
Okay.
so you can just kind
Well, I
of
can't duck under that,
jump,
but yeah.
go straight. But yeah. And the doors are pretty heavy doors, but they still, for our centaur friends, they just push open pretty easily.
I was like, wait,
Wait, there are others?
huh? Wait. Well, no, I was
Hey, people.
getting confused about door height
Oh.
descriptions, but I figured it out. It's fine.
Yeah,
I
the
was like,
doors are like 12 foot tall, but they don't start for like, because they're like saloon doors, but they don't start for like 3 feet off the floor.
Oh, then I can't.
Gotcha.
I can't see through them.
I also can't duck that, so I'm gonna open them.
Yeah, keep it. So you'll make your way in, and it's you'd expect for something giant related it to have quite a gruff smell, but it's very sweet because the beer they serve here is mead for the most part. So a lot of it is kind of honey sweetened beer, which we weren't quite expecting. The floor is mostly wood, but it's like stone with bits of like strips of wood put over the top, and then a few rugs and things kind of thrown around to soften the floor a bit. But it's not. It's all prettied up as some of the other buildings would be, and the ceilings are like 15 foot tall, allowing for quite large creatures. So in here they don't really have tables either. Instead, they have giant kegs that make the tables. So some of these kegs for the smaller people, they're only about 4 foot high, but a couple of the kegs are huge. They're like 8 foot tall kegs. Some of them are actually still working, but they're used as tables for various types of creatures. So there are booths to the on either side as well, where they've got a keg that's surrounded by like benches, or on the one on your left side is actually just benches made out of solid stone, where they've just placed stones and carved it into a bench. And that's kind of sitting on that side. And then for the patrons, you've got mostly ogres in here. So you've got about 6 ogres currently sitting in here. One of the people behind the bar is an ogre that's about 9 foot tall. And then there's one giant that's sitting on the stone table to your left, who has like a much nicer setup where they've got an actual table made of stone. They've got with a keg sitting on it rather than it being an entire keg, and then they're sitting like on a stone bench. And this giant's sitting down is about 10 foot tall.
So he can't see through his own doors.
Yeah.
I am going to go get some meat for everyone.
Okay. What size meads would you like?
Yes.
So you can get they do pints, gallons, and then they do kegs.
Jesus.
And the keg drinks are small kegs that you think hold about 4 gallons, and those are served as like whole drinks. You actually see the giant's got one of those on his table. That's what the barrel on his table is. It's just a huge beer. It's all mead.
Pints.
No mead, just meat, raw.
Meat.
Raw.
Would you like it smashed or raw or cooked?
No, raw.
We don't judge. So they get you.
I tenderize it myself.
Yes. They get you like a boar leg, which is raw. It's still got the fur on it. It has been shaved down slightly though, so it looks nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna find a place I can stand next to a table.
The tables are actually pretty good for you here, because you can. There's even some where you can like kneel down and still like lean on the table.
I can horse loaf.
You can horse loaf.
I'll find a table next to somebody who looks like they are friendly but not engaged in conversation.
Friendly ogre.
Friendly ogres.
So yeah, the group of ogres. There's about four of them sitting around one table. There's the ogre behind the bar, and then there's two other ogres sitting by themselves. One sitting at the bar, and one is sitting kind of one of the tables in front of the bar, but just sitting there by themselves. Currently sitting there with his gallon of mead and eating some cheese.
Jeez. I'll go over to the big hat guy
Crack
and
the door
like
open.
hang out.
Yeah.
Ask if how about those robberies? I don't have high charisma.
No. He kind of stares at you and goes, "Huh?"
Okay. I'll go back over.
How low is your charisma?
It's 11. It's fine, but
Mine's
That's fine.
lower.
yeah.
She's just too chubby. That's what it is.
So this is the place that Chris's character
Mhm.
was told to come to.
Yes.
Viren, okay.
And he was told it's got somewhere in this building a fence is located.
A fence.
Mhm.
Didn't we just see one outside?
There are no fences outside.
That's a bad joke.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay.
From where we're sitting or whatnot, is there any other rooms or something that we can see, or is it just
So there
one?
is. There's the bar to one side, and then there's a big set of doors that go backwards into a kitchen. And then the bar is to the left of that, and then to the left there's actually not necessarily stairs. They're more of a slope going upstairs to a second floor.
All right. I will try and make my way up to the second floor.
Yeah.
And see
Yeah,
what's up.
you can wander up there. So you take a walk up the slope that goes up to the second floor. It's pretty wide. It's like 10 foot wide. So you go up there, and then upstairs there's a set of rooms, and there's a bathroom up there.
Just for the hell of it, I'm gonna try the bathroom first.
All right. Yeah. So you go upstairs, you go around, and then above where you think the kitchen roughly is, there are some stools that kind of like hang over the back of the building. So then that's the bathroom. They are doored, but there are toilets of various sizes.
All right, and there's no one actually in there.
There's just one guy that's asleep in one of the stools.
Okay. I will turn around and I will try one of the other doors.
Okay. The door is locked.
I will knock.
Yeah. So you knock and don't hear anyone inside.
How about on the other door?
That too is locked.
I'll knock on that one as well.
So you knock and put your ear to the door, and you can hear someone snoring.
All right. So it looks like possibly the cook could be the fence. So I will go back down and ask about the chef special.
Yeah, you're gonna go ask the bar ogre. Is an ogre still a barman? Yes.
A Borger?
Ogre.
Yeah, a borger.
Boger?
You ask the borger, and he nods, and then kind of tilts his head backwards towards the door into the kitchen.
All right, I will head in there.
So you head in, and inside there are two people. There's another ogre, who is wearing like a grey apron, who appears to be the chef slash butcher. And then there's a service person that you've seen, who is an orc. There's two of them actually. One of them's currently in the other room serving drinks, and there's one in here, kind of plating meals ready to go out. But the ogre looks like the chef.
All right, I'm going to ask the ogre
Mhm.
if he purchased any blue marbled meats lately.
So ogre says to you, and he's like, "Yeah, I ordered meat."
Okay. Who sold it to you?
I buy lots of meat from lots of people.
This one was about yay tall, kind of red fur. Looks kind of like a person.
Dogman?
Dogman.
Dogman, yes.
Okay. Do you
So
still
helpful.
have that meat, or did you serve it already?
I still have Dogman.
Okay.
I'm starting to think maybe he has Dogman in the back, hung on a meat hook.
Yeah, possibly.
Viren's all alone. Kothar's just up front, sitting at the table or the keg with everybody else, like cutting strips of this boar off and just eating it. Just like downing it like a snake would. Just...
Yeah, it's like it's almost like a smoked meat. So it's not cooked, but it's kind of cured. So it's got a bit of a spice to it.
No, I take one bite and I take it back.
Yeah, you can.
This is not raw.
Fresher.
Fresh, yeah.
He takes the plate back, orders through, sees him standing there talking to chef, and he goes over and just like picks up a cleaver, and there's a boar just hanging, and he just slams the cleaver into door, takes off the front arm, puts that on a plate, and just brings that out. Fresh.
All right.
All right. I'm going to ask to see what he bought from Dogman.
I think he still has Dogman. That's what he said.
He did say he still has Dogman. He gives you a name of a drink called a Burning Buzz, and then gives you holds up, like he's got ring keys sitting like to this just under his apron, and he pulls these up. And then he holds them and he says, "How much is Dogman worth?"
Oh shit. I can give him 50.
Yeah. So you give him like a little pouch, and he just kind of holds it in his palm and goes, I get paid both ways. And he pulls out one of the keys off the chain, and then points to the door that leads out the back. So there's a smaller door, not like the front door, which is huge. There's another door that's only about 8 foot high, but it has a proper fitted door that leads out the back.
Okay. I am going to pop my head out of the kitchen and sort of wave to get the attention of the group, and kind of do the over here motion.
And then a cat appears.
Cat does appear.
I get up and walk over there.
You clippity clap.
I clippy clap.
Do you walk or float?
Oh yeah, I kind of float. I kind of like poke at the meat while I pass by it.
Okay, so you will make your way through the kitchen. You open the back door, which is obviously open from
I'm
this
still
side,
carrying that haunch.
and you look out the back, and there's like a small beaten. There's grass behind it, it's a small alleyway that's got grass in it. The back's onto another set of buildings for another street, and it's kind of like a service service entrance. So you can see tracks from where wagons come by and drop off supplies, that kind of stuff. And then as you look right, you see there's a much more beaten path that's obviously used a lot more, that goes to one of the like storm shelters doors at the end, which is where they kind of load the keg barrels.
I can't reach.
All right. What did you say the ground was made out of?
So it's like stony, like mud stone. It's just like what used to be a grass area that's been beaten down, so there's still tufts of grass sitting around by the edge of the building.
Is there any noticeable footprints, anything that we could discern, or is it just
Loads of footprints. So there's footprints which you assume is from either the orc, like big footprints, which are clearly from the ogres that going to and from that door, and then smaller ones that might have been the orcs. But it looks like they go to and from this pretty often.
All right. I guess we can all just look around, see what we can see.
Alright, can we take a quick break?
Yeah.
Alright, we're about an hour and a half in, and I forgot my meds.
Those are important.
They are.
My camera just changed. It did. But didn't also.
Tonya forgot to do the.
Yeah,
And
so
I'm
what-
gonna run to the bathroom as well.
Should I do your breaky screen? Sounds.
I'm back. Did you get put onto a new map, or did I not add the light to it?
Still on the same map.
Oh, I need to drag you over. That would be useful.
Oh, it's a tavern. Look at that.
No, you.
No, you.
So this is the outside now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to put you in there to start with, but I was like, the giant door outside the building might be too obvious.
Bobby, what do you want? Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, my alarm to take my med went off as soon as we started, and I was like, oh yeah, let me turn that off. And then I, like, oh shit, did I take those?
As okay, I got snacks.
I also got
You're
snacks.
snacks.
Got Nutri-Grain bar.
Hey.
Yeah.
Everyone's back.
Mm-hmm.
Huzzah.
Somebody now has cat ears.
Somebody does. They sprouted.
Mm.
How long do those take to get?
Like a fucking month. Took forever to go.
Takes a long time to sprout.
They do.
Were you just jealous of Bobby's ears?
Mm-hmm.
I said, were you just jealous of Bobby's ears?
I'm gonna go investigate the door.
Okay. There is a padlock on said door.
I will throw Maris the key.
Okay.
Drops into storm drain.
It falls down the drain. No. Yep, you catch the key, and then it opens the lock, and just the padlock just clicks open, and the door is open. And it reveals a set of stairs going downwards into a dark room.
You say, hey guys, do you want to go down here, or do we want to look around before we go this way?
Will the stairs prove problematic for the Centaur?
I mean, she's used to stairs, but they are a little steeper.
I float.
Yeah. Just slide down it.
Can you control your orientation when you're floating, or you just kind of like roll over?
That's a good question.
I believe your hooves are what allow you to cover like the shoes that you're wearing. So as long as as long as you're in like a walking or a running stance with your hooves down, you float. But if you were like to fall sideways, you wouldn't float anymore. I don't think.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I move
So-
normally, but I like walking on air.
Yeah. If you rolled her over, she'd just fall right back.
So no Centaur tipping.
Nope. So you make your way down into a cellar.
Wait,
It-
before we go down.
Is it pitch black down there, or is there some kind of lighting?
It is pitch black.
I would, I'm gonna cast Produce Flame on my hands.
Mhm. Yep.
light up these things. See in the dark.
Some of you can see in the dark anyway, can't you?
I can't.
Pretty sure, Seth.
I can.
Well, I can't,
Um,
so flame on.
Why?
Why what?
It was telling me giant rat wasn't a thing. I'm just gonna turn into a regular rat before I go downstairs.
Alright, yep. You turn into a regular rat.
Does this regular rat look tasty?
You would have
Yeah,
seen me turn into it.
It'll be tasty.
You're in your centaur form. You are food to Kothar.
But what happens when you eat a transformed rat that then turns into a centaur?
I get real full real quick.
It's like immediately takes 1 point damage.
What if I just swallowed her whole?
Yeah, I mean, but in your stomach.
My cloaca, yeah.
Then you have a centaur shape.
Yeah, I only have rats only have 1 hit point. Right. Okay, now downstairs. Sorry.
So yeah, you're in a cellar, and it's hard stone flooring, a bit like the walls upstairs. And then there's just kegs all down this wall on your left. There's a few supports down there, and then the rest is just like crates for food supplies, that kind of stuff. But there are these like huge barrels that are down here.
Before we go down,
Mm-hmm.
is the padlock mechanism the only way to lock this door?
From the outside, yes. But it wasn't currently locked from the inside.
Can I rip that off?
What, the deadbolt on the inside?
No, the padlock mechanism.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not too hard. It's already open, so you can take it out of its casing that's on there.
No, I want it off so they can't lock us down here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you can, it's in like in the door. There's like a bit where you place the lock, and it kind of goes through both the door and the out edge.
Okay.
But because it's undone, you can just like pull it out of that area pretty easily.
Yeah, but that area's still there, so they can put another padlock in there.
Oh no, like you could just like pull it out. So like you could take the ring and everything with it pretty easily.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know, somebody who is a fence and captures people who are selling to them and locks them in a basement, probably not somebody I'm gonna trust.
What?
I have a feeling I know what's going to happen, but I don't want to say it just because if I'm right.
Okay.
So you're in the cellar.
And what do we see in said cellar with the? I mean, is it much larger than my produce flame produces light?
Like the cellar's not huge.
Okay.
Like it's reasonable size, but it's not like it feels slightly smaller than upstairs. Looking at it,
Okay.
but you're not sure if that's just because there's so many barrels in here, or
Is
it's
there
literally.
any sort of torches on the wall that I can light?
Yes. So on the right, as you come downstairs, there's actually like a brazier with a torch next to it, so you can set like a light on and carry a torch.
Okay. I will use the produce flame to light the brazier.
Mhm.
I don't need to take the torch because I've got the produce flame.
I'm gonna mouse my way around that outside of the, wrap my way around the outside of the room.
Okay. What are you looking for?
I'm just mapping out the room.
Okay. Yep. You make your way around. You notice like the barrels, they're all set in like wooden blocks, just to stop them rolling. So you can scuttle about under all the barrels and around the edge of the room.
Mm,
Uh,
Oh.
They did also tell you to look for a drink while you're down here.
Oh yeah, the burning buzz drink.
Yes.
Which is like a spicy mead.
Oh, is it one of the barrels marked with that?
Yeah, so you walk down the barrels and you notice the barrel that's like tucked under the stairs,
Uh-huh.
that's like the closest one in the corner, does have carved into the barrel the burning buzz. And then it's got like a tap for something to come out of.
How big is the barrel?
Big.
Like big enough for a medium humanoid to crawl into?
Yes. Oh yeah, stand in.
Okay.
This is like one of the barrels that makes up some of the tables upstairs.
Okay. Okay.
So like on its side, it's pushing 8 feet like
Okay.
high, well sideways.
If
And
I
all of these barrels are like that.
if I knock on the barrel, does it sound hollow? Empty?
There's like a tap at the bottom, and if you knock by the tap, it does sound full, but something is a bit odd about the sound.
Am I knocked higher?
That sounds hollow.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, who wants to fuck with the tap? Looks at the meat shield.
Yeah, I'll do that, and I assume probably just in Scooby-Doo fashion, just pull on the tap or something, and it's gonna unlock something.
I'm gonna stand on top of the barrel and wrap my way up there.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. So first of all, you just try using it like normal, and mead does actually come out. So it is actually functioning as an actual one. But as you like start shaking it a bit, and you realize it actually turns, and when you turn it and then push the tap, you hear a click.
Okay. I'm going to, I guess, back away so the barrel can hinge open, or
Yeah.
whatever.
So you step away, and like the lid starts, the front of the barrel starts like falling towards you. So like you can stop that pretty easily. And as you step back, you realize it makes like a ramp that goes onto a small hallway that's inside the barrel, and the bottom of it does actually seem to be still filled with mead, but it's like a compartment underneath it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's.
And then at the other end of the barrel is a steel door that's set in stone, much like the floor.
Yeah. Let's go down the barrel hallway and see if we can open the door.
Alrighty.
How would you like to try and open a steel door?
Well, I mean, is there a handle or anything on it, or is it locked?
Yeah, there's a handle on it. There's like it's like
Turn the
in
handle.
submarines you get the spinning
Yeah.
lock. It's like one of those.
Yeah, like the pressure
Yeah,
seal.
I'll try doing that.
Give me a strength check.
Strength check is this one. It should be that one.
It's just clicking strength in the stats. Yeah.
10.
So you pull it part of the way, but it's pretty stiff. But you think it will spin after a while. So if it takes you a little bit longer, but like yanking on it, it slowly starts to budge and then starts to spin freely, and you hear a and the door, like 2 bolts, pull in, and the door like moves only slightly forwards while you're still holding onto it.
All right. Yeah, just push it in forward so we can all get through, I guess.
So you open it up, and it's another dark room, and then as the door like finishes opening, you hear as 2 bolts come flying at you.
I assume I have to do some sort of saving throw.
Let's see if they hit you first. Where are they? Oh, open your thing. There we go.
I would assume I'm probably right behind him.
Yeah, you could be behind him in the thing. So, so that's what, a 10 and 11 as a pair of daggers fly at you. I don't think either of those are going to hit.
No, they miss.
And then the other person on the other side, there's a 23 hit.
It does.
Damn.
So that hits and deals. Did it not roll the damage?
No, it didn't. Just click on the word dagger.
Oh, it's not highlighting in the sheet. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, if you go into the chat, in the Roll20 chat, and just click on the word dagger in the one that hit, it'll roll the damage.
Oh yeah. So that takes 5 damage.
Okay, so this was
the other
actually
2
an
like,
attack.
bounce off them.
It wasn't a trap or anything.
It was it was a pair of individuals on the inside throwing
So
daggers as you loudly open the door.
All right, so my danger sense did not
No.
serve me
Yeah, this
well.
was not a trap. This was people that heard you coming and set positions inside.
I probably should have knocked on the keg, huh?
I am going to curse in Githyanki, and my great sword is coming out, and I am going into a rage.
Yeah. So, where is? So let's see, what order are people in? So Viren's at the front, so I'll put you in the next room.
I would be second.
You were second.
I don't know where the rat is.
Can I'm tiny, so I can share space with somebody, right?
Yeah, you can just scuttle wherever you want.
Okay, I'm going to hang out under the Succubus.
Okay. Just hanging out.
Most people do.
And then over here.
Well, I was gonna hang out under the lizard, but he's threatened to eat me already.
You're not in character.
Hey, maybe a little.
I mean, you have seen the lizard eat raw meat, though. So...
Githyanki, they have dark vision, don't they?
They don't, but I have goggles of the night, so I can see.
Oh yes, so you can see just fine. There we go. Now you can actually see.
Okay. Yes, I can.
Do we need to roll initiative?
Yeah. Everyone roll initiative.
Open
I need to bring up
initiative
the
thing.
initiative tab, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you have to move the rest of us into the room.
Wow.
But that's so much work.
Exactly. You initiative.
Ooh, nice.
Where is your initiative? Oh yeah. I forget it's because they make it a tiny little dice.
Yes.
And you roll initiative.
Then we go to a combat screen, I guess. Yay, combat screen.
That's right, they rolled terribly. I need to put this in.
Why is that so damn high? Oh, because I left it there.
There we go. So it should all be in order now. So Kothar is actually up first.
Yeah. Can I see into the room?
Yeah, you can see. You can't see like around the corner, but you can see directly in front of you. It's a stone floor, and then there's like a pair of beds, and then there's a pillar to the right of the right bed.
Can I see the people that threw the daggers?
Not quite. No, they're kind of
Can I
crouched behind.
can I push past Viren into the room?
Yeah, this is fairly wide. It's like a 10-foot wide.
Okay, because I
barrel.
can't
So-
see. You haven't moved me into there yet.
Oh yeah, you should actually all be over here. Actually, like going through the doorway. So you can just like walk past here,
Okay.
and you guys are just about there. Yeah, so you can, as soon as you step off the barrel and into the room,
Mhm.
you go down just like 2 steps, and then you can see one is crouched behind a table in the middle of the room, and one is leaning behind a pillar, behind that first pillar that you see.
So they have partial cover.
They do.
Okay. Well then, I am going to run up to the one partially behind the pillar.
Yep.
My move speed is a lot. It's 40, 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna jump over the bed. 20,
Oh.
25. And I'm going to, I'm gonna take some pop shots at him.
Okay. Take your shots.
I am gonna take my unarmed strike. 18.
18 hits.
So 4 bludgeoning damage to him.
Which one's that?
And then
Two.
as my bonus action...
It's a she.
Sorry. Kothar doesn't care. They are meat. So then as my bonus action, I am going to use Jaws of Hunger, or Hungry Jaws, and make a bite attack as well.
Yep. Do your hungry hippo attack.
It's a natural 20.
Nice. So is that already double the damage?
Well, it just rolls the dice
Oh,
for
max. Yeah.
the crit.
Nice. So it's 11. And you rolled a 6 on the dice as well, or is that from the crit?
So the 6 on the first die is the initial damage, and then the 3 is the crit damage.
Oh, okay. So it just separates. Gotcha.
Yeah, it rolls the dice.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, they take 11 more damage. That's a good chunk of an attack.
All right.
So yeah, you're like wrangling that arm that's currently one arm is holding a dagger, the other one's currently holding a sword.
And then of course I guess Viren might tell them why we're here. I don't know.
It's like, yeah.
I'm
But-
at the
We'll tell them
very
on the
end, so
But Han shot first, so that is Kothar's move.
So Maris, you're next.
It's me.
It's your
The rodent.
My thing here. Okay.
roll rat damage.
I'm going to. Where am I? Enter the room. So 1. Let me into the room.
For you.
Yeah, you
There
can pull her in because you have the restrict movement on because of the lighting.
Oh yeah. so you don't just walk through the wall.
And where are the people?
So there is one behind a pillar and one behind a table. As a rat,
Oh, I see that guy. I don't see the guy. Okay.
yeah, you probably can't see the one behind the table because it's one of those barrel tables.
Well. Move here, and then I can take a dash action. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my mousy turn.
Just a random rat rolling up into a combat situation.
Yep. It's gonna get skewered by a bolt and then. Alright. So now it's the one you attacked is actually the Lizardfolk.
Oh.
So
This is the
they-
red-skinned lizard folk.
It is, yeah. So they're you know it's like they look human right now, but as you bit down, it's actually scales that you're biting into.
Okay.
So they're gonna take a swing at you with their sword. Where is that thing? So they get a ridiculous amount of attacks. Did the other one go off? They did. Alright, so a 20, a 7, and a 17.
20 hits.
20 hits. Does 6 whole damage.
Oh no!
Yeah, and then that's their turn for now. They're just swinging wildly with the scimitar. So it's Seski's turn.
I am going to fire a crossbow bolt into the night.
Just into the darkness.
I can't see anything, by the way. It's just me
So if I move you, I'll move you into
alone.
There you go.
Yay! I can see shit now. Yeah, I'm still just gonna fire a crossbow into the night.
Okay. The one behind the pillar is pretty well covered because they're currently being attacked.
Yeah.
But you can hit the one behind the table.
I don't know if I can.
No, you can't. You go to fire the bolt and it just like flies straight up into the air. Completely misfires.
I fired the knight. I did what I set out to do.
Yeah. You did shoot the knight. That's true. Because it's still mostly dark down here. There's just there's like just like the flaming hands of a lizard going off in distance, making shadows fly all over the place.
I think that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Stay put.
And then it's Viren's turn.
Okay, I am going to look down and pull the dagger out of my chest and
throw it.
go into a frenzy.
Yep.
And I am going to walk up to right here. And I'm going to attack. You believe you said this was the lizard folk?
It is.
Let's see. Do I need reckless?
Well, you don't know that. She looks human to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to attack with my greatsword. With a natural
shit.
20.
Nice. Yeah, so you slam that greatsword right, like completely distracted right now.
For 23 points of damage.
Nice. Yeah, so you just slam the sword straight into their back, and it like cuts the cloak that they're currently wearing, cuts it clean in half, and draws, just like sinks into their back. But they are still standing.
All right, and that is my turn for now.
But yeah, that hit clearly hurt. They're bleeding pretty bad from that. So now it's the other one. What am I going to do? They are going to back up slightly, so they're going to go. So they're going to go into this corner of the room, and then they're going to just throw loads of daggers at people. So,
Chicken shit.
the best person they can see at the moment, because you're a mouse, you're pretty far range, so it's going to be Viren. How far is that? 1, 2, 3, 45. What's the range on that? 20. So it's in range, but it's doesn't get the proficiency, does it? For being above range. Well, no, it's disadvantage, isn't it?
For what?
If you're on the max end of the distance.
Yeah.
I suppose
Yeah.
they're just going to throw the daggers and then they're going to run away. Easier. So they're going to. Yeah, they're just going to throw a dagger. 11, I'm guessing, doesn't hit.
Miss.
And then the other one, 9 doesn't hit either.
While my great sword is still engaging with the lizard folk, I'm actually just gonna shift my body and look at the one that was throwing shit at me, just for a little intimidation factor.
Yeah.
Now, does the other person, do they look like the shifter? Or do they look human as well?
Yeah, the other one looks like a shifter.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't. They're still wearing cloaks because they'd kitted up before you came in because they hear you come in. So they're both wearing their matching cloaks. They're black cloaks.
But the one in front of me definitely looks
but you-
human.
Yeah, that one kind of looks like the shifter. The other one doesn't look like the Lizardfolk, but definitely is. When you bit them, is definitely the Lizardfolk.
Tasted lizard folky.
Taste the scale. So that's all they're going to do, and then it's back to the top.
Okay. Alright, so I know this is a lizard folk now, so I'm gonna go ahead and make an unarmed strike, but I'm gonna do non-lethal damage.
Okay.
So, 17, because we're flanking. Yeah.
As you go to attack them, they flick up the dagger and parry the attack.
God, a 17 did hit him. Shit.
It's because he used the reaction parry.
Okay, and then I'm gonna bonus action use a key point and flurry of blows. Also non-lethal damage.
Okay.
19.
19 does hit.
So four bludgeoning,
Yep.
and then another 19 for 4 bludgeoning.
Okay. Yeah, so you're doing. They've got like one massive wound in their back, and you're starting to like.
I'm like kidney punching them.
Small like cuts around the or like bruises around their leather armor. That's your turn, isn't it?
That is my turn. Yes.
Maris.
Oh, I will, as I'm doing this, because I'm just punching, I'll be like, it's the lizard folk.
It tastes of lizard.
Well, I didn't work out. This one's lizard folk
Yeah, the one I'm facing is the lizard folk.
The one everyone's kind of dogpiling.
around.
We're not dogpiling the dog shifter.
That's a pillar. Okay. I'm up here.
In rat form still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to look through you guys. I mean, I could walk on you, but I don't know if that would be very nice. And then I am Circle of the Moon, so I will be going, or not Circle of the Moon, I mean, so I am going to unratify. Oh, it's my turn, so it's...
Now Centaur.
I am now Centaur. Hello.
This is me all along. Alright, so it's now the one that's pinned. What am I gonna do? So they're starting to notice they're being surrounded.
Starting?
Yeah. I mean, it's only been like 10 seconds. They felt fine against 2 people, but now there's a giant centaur as well, and then they've got a pillar to the other side. So they're going to start panicking, and they're going to shout, "Throw it!" And then they're going to kind of turn around and start swinging at the Githyanki that's looking at their friend. So they're going to make 3. Oh no, it's two Sumatra attacks, and then one with the dagger instead of 3. It is 3 attacks. So they rolled 23. I think the only one that might hit.
That one hits.
Yeah. And that does 5 slashing damage. Okay. And then they are going to try and bolt away.
Gonna use my attack of opportunity.
Yeah, you all want to do. You will get 1 attack each.
Oh, can I stop?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I don't think I can stop their movement. Unless, can I grapple as an attack of opportunity?
I can cast hold person, technically, right?
Not as a reaction, but in your turn you can, yeah. Wait, is hold person a reaction? I think it is, isn't it?
Not sure.
Pretty sure that's an action. Otherwise, that would be like one of the best reactions ever. Oh no, you can only cast spells as your action if you're a warcaster.
Yeah. But can I attempt to grapple? Because this dude's really surrounded.
Yeah, I'd say you can attempt to grapple. Yeah, go for it.
Alright, athletics check then?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not even going to roll against. No, let's roll it just in case. We also crit. If they had advantage, it would have been even. Yeah, so you successfully grab them.
So I've got him like a half
They don't
Nelson.
actually go anywhere. Yeah, that's their turn. Did you stop them leaving their space so no one else gets an attack opportunity?
Oh yeah. Shit, okay.
And then it's Saskia's turn.
How far away is the one running away?
No, they're not going anywhere. Oh, that one. Oh.
They're currently being grappled.
Both of them?
No, one of them. The one at the other end is what, 60 feet, something like that? From Saskia.
You could snipe them, probably, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can crossbow them. They're within range of all your
They're
spells.
70 feet, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna crossbow. Easy enough.
Okay. So it just misses. So
Lightning
you
right
they knock it away with their dagger.
Wait, I thought you were gonna
Oh, no,
crossbow them.
Oh, lightning door. Oh yeah.
Oh, lightning.
Strength. Where's the other one? And that's a strength. Use roll strength. 22. Now they crit. Yeah, so they managed to like ward off your lightning attack. If only they had disadvantage. They rolled a 20 and a 1. Yeah. Have you got? Is that an action or a bonus action? That's an action.
Yeah. I'm just gonna scoot.
Scoot.
I'm just gonna scoot a little closer.
All right. And then it's our Githyanki friend.
Okay, I'm gonna do something really weird.
Oh.
Okay, so I am going to assume that Kothar and Maris will be okay.
Mhm.
And since this other one attacked me with the dagger, I am going to make my way towards them.
Yep.
So I'm going to go my 30 feet, which is right here. My leg is going to bend at the knee at the opposite direction,
Ouch.
Mhm.
and I'm going to cast Jump on myself and leap the remaining distance to close the gap,
Nice.
and head right here. And with my bonus action, because I'm in a frenzied rage, I am going to attack with my greatsword, which is slowly following me in that direction. And I'm going to attack recklessly, so I get advantage.
Go for it.
23 to hit
That hits.
for 10 slashing damage.
Nice. Yep. You leap over and swipe down with the floaty sword as you land, knocking them back into the corner slightly.
And I would have gotten an attack of opportunity as I left that space.
Because they're grappled, I don't think you would.
No, they can still make attacks while they're grappled.
Nope. Swing wildly in your general direction.
Well, because they would have been
16?
they would have been facing Viren when I grappled them. So
That's true.
Yeah, 16 hits.
Alright. 8 slashing. So that's what, 4 damage. Nice.
Okay.
Cool. Right. So you've just jumped on this person in the corner and knocked them back into the corner with your giant axe, and then they're kind of looking between you and the other group, debating about what they should do. And then they remember what their friend said, and they said, "Throw it." So you see them with the hand that's holding a dagger. They reach up to this little beaded necklace that they're holding, that they're wearing. They tear off. It's only got one bead on it, and they tear off this bead, and they just throw it across the room at the table.
it's a fireball, isn't it?
I know what this is.
Good.
Oh no! Not like this at all.
It's a damn fireball.
So I just need. What is this in the compendium?
That's necklace of fireball.
Yeah, it's a bead of fireball. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I dropped that in a past game.
They're real fun.
The whole thing just dropped them all like fuck this shit.
Why can't I find the spell in? I should have just made it.
I don't care how small the room is. I said I cast fireball.
Okay, so it's a spell DC of 15 dexterity.
Dexterity saves all around. That means them too.
It does.
Everyone, save your decks.
Oh fuck me.
20.
And then which one's the center? 2 taking.
I used Lizardfolk as a shield.
But I'm the lizard fuck.
I I use Rat's shield.
I unratted.
I hit stand
Oh,
behind
damn
him.
it.
I am no worse, lady.
Oh wow, the crit, nice. So and then it's 6. Yeah. So everyone's about to take some damage.
Don't forget the guy that's in my arms.
Oh, I rolled for him.
What about the one that's through it?
He's just out of range, I believe. Oh no.
I mean,
20-foot radius.
if it hits
Can you clear and
Viren,
avoid it? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think 1, 2, 3.
Depending on where it landed.
Yeah, he's gonna just aim at the table. So you two are fine over in that corner, but everyone else gets hit.
isn't Fireball 120 feet?
Yeah, it's 20 feet in a circle,
Oh,
so 20 feet in every direction.
okay.
So they're like the fire stops not too far in front of them. Everything else in the room is on fire.
Right.
This is fine.
I mean, I'm okay with this,
Mm.
sorta.
And then it's 6, 26, I believe.
Anything for your fireball?
8d6. Sorry.
It's like, I just had it and then I closed it.
26 damage to anyone that failed, 13 to anyone that passed.
Kothar's down.
I'm like, that's such a big spell for us over here.
Kothar,
He
Kothar
just had the
releases
one.
the Lizardfolk and drops.
Aw. The Lizardfolk is standing. Huzzah! I'm just madly burnt.
Actually, is there anything that gives me abilities to not take damage?
Yeah, this is him panicking. Like, ah! So,
I'm gonna use my reaction to absorb elements.
alright. So you become resistant, don't you? Oh, no, or is that a certain amount? I always forget which one is which.
Resistance.
Resistance.
Until the start of my next turn. But I already passed, didn't I?
Yeah, so you passed and then you got resistance, so you only take like 6 damage. 6, 7 damage. Because I don't think resistance,
There we
it's
go.
not uncanny.
Okay, cool.
Because uncanny dodges. Cool. And then he's I think he's just going to start bolting it towards the door. So you get to do a great sword of opportunity.
Which I will. Reckless.
Misses. Yeah. So
I get to opportunity attack too, don't I?
No, other person.
Oh, over there. I see. Never mind.
So, wound. Yep. So they run halfway across the room. Wait, should be one more, shouldn't it? 1, 2. Yeah, one more. So they run pretty much where they threw the fireball, and are clearly trying to run through the flames, using it as a distraction, like an aggressive smoke screen.
As he runs, I'm going to say, I didn't say you could leave.
Yeah, and that's their turn. Back to Kothar. Make a lizard saving throw.
Yeah. It's just a Constitution saving throw, right? Oh wait, that's it right there. Oh shit.
Oof. So you have failed your first saving throw.
Yeah. I was looking up, like, you would think the way of the 4 elements would give you some resistance.
No.
It does not.
You can get absorb elements though, can't you? Later on.
Oh, no, I read it. I don't think so.
Because then you get what level is absorb element? It's a level 1 spell, isn't it?
It's not one spell.
No.
No, that's
I was
not.
like, for cantrip, you could
it's-
get away with that pretty easy.
Yeah, it's not a spell that I get as a way
Nope.
of the way that. Well, unless it's part of the homebrew
It's going to
stuff
become
that
one
was
of your
added.
traits. Must find resistance to fire.
I mean, Kothar does like
Uh,
fire, so.
It would make sense. My camera's popped back. And they're back.
I was like, which is
It's
happening.
been doing that. It's
Yeah.
fine.
So now it's Maris's turn.
I
The
can't do a reaction and a bonus action in the same round, right?
Yeah, you can.
I can.
Yeah.
you just can't cast like 2 spells
Okay.
unless one's a cantrip.
Okay. I am going to kick the guy in front of me with my hooves.
Mhm.
I kick you.
You hoof them.
Get
Uh,
hoofed.
then there's an additional 1d6 damage that's fiery.
Is that 12 to hit?
Yeah.
The hoof does not hit.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm going to do Balm of the Summer Court. I will use one of my energy dice pools to pick up Tonya.
Tanya.
Gets 1 HP.
Yeah, you're alive.
1 HP.
Yeah, 1 HP.
Woo! Alright.
Enjoy the.
That's my turn.
Cool.
Oh shit.
What's that?
I wouldn't have dropped. That's okay.
Oh.
I forgot because I did the bite that I had that temporary hit points.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay though.
Okay. It's alright, they could just knock you out now instead. No,
Right?
so they're going to
They don't know I'm up.
start swinging, seeing that you're awake on the floor.
They don't know I'm awake, god damn it!
I mean, they see your body on the floor. So if you're not awake, they just kill you. So
True.
it's banded 2. It's making that 2 attacks. What do they roll? 20. Does the 20 hit?
Yes.
Because you're prone right now, aren't you?
Yep.
So the first one, 4 whole damage.
I'm down again.
And the other one, because they got you with the first one, they're going to swing at the Centaur. 24 hit Centaur grey box. I'm pretty sure it does. That's 6 damage. And then they get a dagger. Bandits are fun. I don't know if it's 16 hits. Pretty sure that's their AC. Or it might be 15. I'll check while they're away.
That's right. Look at their stats.
I do. There's. Oh yeah, I can check it here as well. Character checks. I'm class 16. So deflects. Yeah, and then they are then going to try and bolt. So M will get a attack of opportunity when she comes back. This person is like barely alive.
God damn it.
They're bleeding profusely, slightly charred. Their cloak is completely ruined now. It's just the bit that goes around the neck. There's no hood anymore.
Emily, come back!
So, if she misses, they make it to the door. I'm pretty sure if she hits, she will pretty much guarantee knock this person out.
I certainly hope so. Because as we all know, lizards are cannibals.
Yeah, she'll just drag you off in her jaws. Now I take your leg. What a fitting way to go. The cycle continues.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
It's gonna rip its tail off like a gecko and keep running.
Yep.
Just keeps wiggling.
Until a new Kothar
Emily,
grows.
make an attack. Oh, she doesn't have her ears in yet.
Yep.
Emily, make an attack of opportunity.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I had to
We were waiting for you.
And you took 6 damage.
Okay.
Someone stabbed
Ooh!
you. 22. You hit, but they just survive.
God damn it!
Dag nabbit! And my absorb elements is gone because I missed the last
Wait,
time.
no. You get bonus damage from absorb elements. You get an extra d6 damage.
Well, it says the next time. The first time on your next turn, and I already had a turn.
No, isn't it when you get hit as well?
Uh-uh.
Next. I would say, because it's your next attack. So
Right.
it'd be weird if it didn't absorb.
Yeah, it'd be weird if it didn't treat it like the smite on your next hit.
Yeah. So you get extra d6.
Yay!
How would you like to do this on that person?
I'm gonna swing my mace around my head and rear back on my hind legs, and then come down and hit him at the top of the head.
Cool.
Bonk him.
You bunk them. As you hit them in the head, you see a lizard folk appear and then slip to the ground.
Oh.
Gonna
Oops.
go full Gallagher.
Oh god. And I don't have well, I'm a lizard folk anyways, I don't give a shit. Get a little brain matter on me, it's fine.
So I'll take them out the turn order.
What do you want?
Okay. Exit. Why won't you? It has like. There we go. Yep.
Bring their ass back over here too.
Yeah, I'll just leave them there. Cool. Saskia's turn.
I am going to cast Hold Person on the dude next to me, so on Viren's turn, he can beat the piss out of him.
Yep. What saving throw do they need to make?
Wisdom.
Please be dumb as a box of rocks.
17. That's surprisingly good throw.
What's your DC for Saska?
Check.
It'll be on your spell sheet at top.
And it is 14.
Yes,
Yeah, so-
sorry.
yeah.
It's out. Yeah, 14.
Yeah, they just.
Fuck.
These guys are really good at making saves, apparently.
Guess so.
Not so much good at attacking unless it's an auto hit, but you know.
That's all I can do, right?
Why can't you have the DM curse, Dan? Come on.
It's in the DM curse, you either roll all nat 20s or all ones.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna need you to roll shittier. Come on.
Okay, I'll get on that. Magic missile only. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I guess that's all you can do.
Viren's up.
I mean, she can move still too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you get. Oh no, because it's an action. I'll say you have a bite attack, but I think. Oh no, you have a kiss attack. That's what it is.
Do I have that yet?
I can't remember what level we gave you to.
5th level.
Yeah, because I know it's super strong.
Yeah.
Viren,
Okay.
you can definitely match their speed because they're
I
running
can.
at your speed.
Yep. So I'm going to be going right up behind him and cleaving his legs out from under him. Reckless 22 to hit
that
for
hits.
17 damage. And as my bonus attack, 20 to hit for 14
Yep.
damage.
Yeah. So you do sizable chunk of damage. They're now bleeding pretty bad.
Oof. Nice.
Hey, murder.
Hey, murder.
I'm going to hope that arterial blood spray is going to revive Kothar and give them some bloodlust, and hopefully can finish this off.
Yeah,
And that'll
just
be my
pay for
turn.
your blood to bring him back to life. Seems legit. This person then. What are they gonna do? I think they're gonna, realizing the way ahead is blocked, and they've got someone right behind them keeping up with them. They're gonna turn around first and unload some attacks. So they get their multi-attack.
Ooh.
And last one. Oh Jesus!
This could actually potentially hurt.
now they hit. So we do a 6, an 8, and 8.
No, 7, because it's not a crit.
Yeah, is that? Oh, yeah, it's not crit. Yeah. So that's
Ha!
just
Fuck your 1 hit point.
yeah, and then you half all of that, don't you?
So 3, 4, and 4, right?
No, 3, 4, and... Yeah, whatever. I'm not
Yeah,
the
3,
GM.
4.
I need to shut up.
Okay. No,
The good thing about range is if it looks like terrible damage, it's not that bad.
I'm doing okay. Not great, but
And then seeing that you're still standing, they're going to try and run again. So take your opportunity attack.
reckless. 19 to hit.
Yep, 19 does hit.
Holy fuck.
17 damage.
They're just alive. Alright, 1. I think Sasu's going to get a hit as well. 1, 2. So they make it to the door, and but Sasu does get an attack on the way. Because they're just trying to get to the door as quick as they can.
No, it's gotta be a melee attack.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Alright, well.
13. Nope, so they just deflect it. Yep, so they make it to the door. And then it's Kothar's turn.
Yay. Jesus Christ. At least they were reset.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good job she can just keep attacking. Cool. And then it's Maris's turn. You currently have two lizard folk bleeding out on the floor in front of you.
Again? I'll die. Nope, I can't do that. Wait, I have 10 extra feet for walking. I still can't do it.
Oh, were you going to charge them?
That's good. Yeah.
You've got enough room to charge them.
It's not at least 30 feet in a straight line.
You have 40 feet of movement, though, don't you?
Mm-hmm, but it has to be at least 30 to charge.
Yeah. So
yeah,
you can
just take one step back.
Oh, yeah.
You can charge up your charge.
I can charge up my charge. Alright, before I charge, I'll use my bonus action to pick up the bleeding Lizardfolk man again. Just gonna pat him on the head.
Person. You don't know if Kothar is male or female.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Don't know.
Sorry. Nice.
I'm assuming you're talking about Kothar and not the enemy.
No, Kothar's fine. Kothar's got this.
It's okay. I'll just keep bleeding.
How many hit points?
Sorry, I want to be over here.
At one point, or do you roll for the damage? Roll for it.
That's what I'm looking.
Uh,
I have to hit. So I have to hit with my mace, and then if I hit, I can hit with my hooves.
Yeah, but for my pat on the head.
no, yeah, but for the
Oh, then I screw up the.
is it just one flat heal?
Which one? What do you mean?
How much healing do you do?
One.
It is one.
Yeah.
Does that screw up your attack?
Yeah.
Then
Because then I
don't
will be
do it.
able to.
Then don't do it.
Well, no, but that's okay. I also can, instead of charging.
Just charge him.
I mean, you've got the spells. I don't think you've cast a single spell.
Just charge him.
Yeah.
If they go down, then you get you go out of combat and you can just pick them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll save my.
You pat me on the head with no magical energy whatsoever and charge. Sorry.
Add my energy pool back dice. Okay. Huzzah! Let me hit you with my mace. 14.
14 does not hit.
Rude. And then I'm sad.
Oh.
You have to hit to use your hooves.
You get to hoof them as well.
You have to hit.
Do you?
I thought the hoofs was just as long as you move 30 feet, you get an extra hoof attack.
And then
As long as you've done the movement part.
hit
it's
it with a
separate
melee weapon attack.
Is it? Oh.
Just hit it. I mean, I will totally just hoof him in the face if I still could.
Where are you, Centaur? Because I thought you just got given a bonus attack.
Oh, that's not the right thing.
Where are you? Oh yeah. You only get the free attack if you make if the hit lands.
Boo.
Sad times.
Boo. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. And then Saskia.
Crossbow.
So, parry I don't think works on ranged attacks. I think it's melee only, so I think you hit.
For once.
Yep, you hit.
Fuck you, dog, dude.
I haven't hit anybody this fucking round.
You do the exact amount of damage. So how would you like to do this?
I want a crossbow to go through his fucking eye.
Oh.
Yeah. So he looks around to see, because he hears his horse charging him, and then takes an arrow to the eye, or a bolt to the eye. He gets distracted by the hooves and then just takes the bolt straight through the head. And then he slumps straight onto the barrel he was trying to get out of. And
Nice.
that's it.
Sweet.
Kothar was trying to take one alive, but that didn't pan out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, because we kind of had to question. I can't say anything because I'm dead.
Oh.
No, everyone roll perception. No one notices.
Job well done, guys. Let's all leave.
I'll come back over here and
Alright, head over to that.
cure wounds. At first level.
A spell.
That's a bell.
Huzzah! A spell. All right.
So in the room, you've now got a the rug is still slightly on fire. It's not like a full blaze, but it's like got embers, and the table is like falling to pieces as it slowly fills the room up with a bit of smoke.
As Kothar wakes up and looks over and sees the lizard folk lying next to them, is the other lizard folk actually dead, or are they still bleeding out?
I know that's up to M. Did you kill them with that melee strike?
Did Kothar say that they wanted them alive?
I don't think so.
No, because I just
it's a
indicated
lizard.
that it was the lizard folk that we were looking for.
I'm smart enough that I think I would have just made them unconscious.
I mean, we can always take them back to our guild and get them resurrected.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, not that important.
No, but we need to,
I just don't balk hard enough to kill
question
them.
them.
You have clerics. Who needs them alive when you've got clerics?
We can't torture a dead body, though. I mean,
This is the main religion here is specifically against torture.
then, I mean, sure. Yeah, they don't have to be attacked for that either. Good, dinner.
Well, what you do know is if you try to, if anyone gets tortured within the city, they don't actually feel any pain.
Oh.
If it's specifically torture.
Okay.
They get possessed by the spirit of Ilmatar, and he takes the pain for them.
Ooh. Interesting.
That would be something everyone would know in the city.
Okay.
So you can't, like, torture people to get information out within the city walls.
Gotcha.
Because they physically can't be tortured.
Huh.
They just kind of go unconscious.
Yeah. Oh, wait, go ahead. Or should you close the thing?
Before... I'll go search the other guy too.
Alright. Yeah. So which ones are you searching first?
Well, she just picked him up, so
Yeah, Kothar's gonna pick up the lizard folk.
Oh, okay.
I'll go over here and
Fling them over their shoulder.
So make an investigation check.
Oh yeah, what else is in this room? We got I'm assuming like 2 beds, the table.
It's a pair of bunk beds.
Okay.
So there's 4 beds technically.
Trunks or anything?
There are 4 chairs next to a fire that currently isn't on. That has like a stack of fire logs next to it.
Okay.
And in the center room, there's a rug with another 4 set of chairs that's got. It's currently got a ham on it, some pies, a pair of candles, and a pair of dice.
Okay.
That are sitting on that. So on that person that you loot, you find a well-made scimitar, 3 daggers, because they carry a lot of daggers, these people. You find they're both wearing these, but they're wearing like a waistcoat. But on the waistcoat, it's got slits down like all under the arms, which is where daggers can be put. So it holds throwing daggers. So it can hold 8 throwing daggers in total. And they're like a pair of jackets that they have. The one that got hit by a fireball, not quite as good a condition as the other one. And then they've got on the inside of their like cloak jacket thing, they've got a pair of coin purses. One is got gold in, one's got silver in. You find a set of keys. There was a necklace that had a bead on it, but the bead is now gone, so it's just like a silver necklace that's around their neck. And then they're just wearing leather armor outside of that. Are you searching, Kothar, are you searching the one you pick up, or just taking the body?
Yeah, I guess I'd go ahead and search it before I pick it up.
Oh, there's one other thing that you find on that person that you search, Maris, which is a small tube that's sealed with wax. And then you searching the other person, you find a hat of many faces,
A what?
a mask of many
Oh,
faces.
hat of...
The hat, so that's the hat that they were wearing. You find a pair of pouches as well, one filled with gold, one with silver. They also have a pair of keys, and they're wearing basically the same gear. They're wearing another one of those waistcoats that's got all the things for daggers. Some well-made leather armor. Their cloak is completely ruined because it's cut in half and then burnt to pieces. And then they've just got that hat. And on that person, you find a ring and a necklace.
Anything, like, is there a bead on the necklace at all, or...?
The necklace doesn't have a bead. It's got like a little amulet that's kind of like a pair of rings that are just kind of like hanging off each other.
Okay.
And this one's a silver necklace, but the rings are made of gold.
Alright, I'm gonna pocket those 2 items for later investigation. Throw the body over my shoulder. Scimitar or anything? You said something about...
Oh yeah, scimitar, and then they've got I think 5 daggers because they threw less than the other one.
Is it a well-made scimitar?
Yes, yeah, they're both like really like not like the highest quality, but they're not like cheap scimitars. They're decent quality ones.
Not that it matters. I can't use it. Yeah, I'm gonna throw them over the throw the Lizardfolk over my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Walk up to the table and pocket the dice.
Yes.
The keys though.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in this room that that locks? That looks like it would take the keys?
There are a pair of chests.
Are both keys the exact same?
No.
So it's two.
They seem like different
keys.
styles of keys.
Okay.
So one you would guess is the key to get down here.
Okay.
So they both have a key for the door, and then the other one is a lock of another kind you would suspect.
Does it look like it would be taken in the chest?
Yep.
I'm gonna attempt to unlock one of the chests with the key.
Yep. So you go to the one that's right next to where you are, and that one clicks open.
Alright. What do I find?
You find a selection of boxes.
A selection of what?
Boxes. So you find one box that has 3 trays in it. 2 of the trays are completely empty, but the top tray has a full set of sapphires of various sizes. You find one box, which is a money box that's filled with platinum, another box that's filled with gold, another one that's filled with silver, and then you find another one that's filled with random like misc items, which includes a couple of basic rings, a few like necklace chains, and a few tubes, like sealed tubes.
Sealed tubes?
Like the one I have?
Yes.
Okay. The random box had it had the sealed tubes. What else did it have in it? You said necklaces and rings?
Yeah, it's got about 4 or 5 rings, and then like I don't know, 3 necklaces in it.
How big is the chest?
They're not huge, so you've got like little lock boxes that have the money in, and then you've got another one which is just filled with like a small jewelry box.
Okay.
Size.
Are the chests something we could easily carry? Like
Chests, they're pretty heavy, but you can carry them. They've got handles on either side.
Can I carry it on my back?
Well, I was gonna say you could carry the bodies on your back.
Oh, I could do that too.
You could.
we could
That'd
time
probably be easier instead
timed your back so they don't fall
trying
off.
instead of trying to tie it just to me.
Yeah, and then Vera and I can carry some chests.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm going to pour out my water skin and put out the smoldering embers of the fire from the fireball, so this place doesn't burn down when we're gone.
That's probably good. That's so smart.
It's all stone, man.
And then
We're just like,
you said the fireplace wasn't lit, right?
Correct.
Could I reach up into the flue and see if there is any stashed lock boxes or money boxes or anything like that up inside there?
You could, yeah. Yeah, I'd say you do it for free. You're well versed in finding fairly like obvious hidden places for stuff, and inside you find a satchel.
A satchel.
Mhm.
All right.
It's more like mail delivery satchel.
Okay.
So it's like a messenger bag.
So,
All right.
given the number of sapphires we found, there's clearly some sapphires that are not here, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So there's currently 3 trays in the what you found, and only 1 tray is currently got anything in.
And the other 2 trays are empty.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. And before we leave, I'm just going to rifle through the bunk beds to see if they stuffed anything in the straw for the mattress or anything. And then we can head out, I think.
Yeah.
Chest.
So
Are there 2 chests?
yes, there's 2 chests. You've only opened 1 at the moment. Rifling through the
Maris
bed,
has the other key.
you find each bed has a dagger sitting under the pillow.
Okay. So 4 daggers.
Do any of the legs of the bed sound hollow? No, I'm just kidding.
So everything's got something hidden.
I mean, these
Look at
guys are,
mattresses,
clearly got some shit going on.
Yeah.
Maris, you gonna open up the other chest, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, we can haul that stuff out and
yeah.
take a look at it.
Okay, so you're looking through the other chest now, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So the other chest is mostly filled with clothes. So you see different styles of outfits. So you find a pair of like noble style clothes, like much higher class clothes, that much finer weave. A pair of well-made cloaks. They've got one is a red and black waistcoat that's got gold trim across the front on the red, and it's black on the back. That has a matching coat, which is a black coat with gold trim with a red interior, like a matching suit, and then shoes to go with those. And then you also find 2 sets of ragged clothes that are probably used as disguises for being in poorer areas. And then at the bottom, you find another set of swords, but these are just short swords. But they're much slimmer than like the scimitars, so they could be hidden in the coats. So each coat has a section that actually goes into it, where the scabbard is built into the clothes.
That's great. We're gonna take the whole chest, though, right?
Yeah. I feel like we're probably gonna have to.
Yeah, I think so.
This hat of many faces.
Mm-hmm.
You said it acts like a mask of many faces?
Yes.
So it acts like the spell of the mask of many faces.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
It's
attunement,
yeah, it allows you to change your appearance.
but it doesn't require attunement.
I can't remember. I feel like it does.
I'm gonna tell everyone.
Out of disguise. That's what I was thinking of.
I'm sad.
Head
I
of
can't wear
disguise,
it.
okay.
It's out of disguise. It does require attunement, yeah.
Okay.
But it does allow you to cast Disguise Self at will.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're loading up and trying to haul the stuff out of a basement under a tavern.
Yeah.
Alright. So as you get to the stairs, there's like smoke that's like going out into the evening air. And as you come out at the top, you see a giant standing above it, along with the barman ogre, looking down as you all start to wander out.
Yep. There's 2 dead bodies tied to Maris's back. And I guess Viren and I would be carrying the chests because we probably have the most strength, aside from Maris.
Who can just carry stuff?
I mean horse, come on.
So they're kind of like blocking the way, stopping you going back into the street. And then you see the cook, like, hearing you coming up the stairs, looks out from the door and shouts, "They get Dogman?" And then the giant turns around and nods, and then points to the chests and says, "Those are ours," in a very deep voice.
The chests are yours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna unload everything from the chests into my backpack.
Yep. Yeah, they let you unload the chests.
And I will politely leave the key in the chest for them.
And I will let them know that these 2 assholes set a fire down there. So you may want to fumigate and let it air out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they heard the boom.
Yeah.
While we're unloading the chests and putting stuff into backpacks and stuff, are both the Lizardfolk and the Shifter dead at this point?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Super dead.
So, we need proof that they're the ones that did this. So on the Shifter, I am taking his head off with the greatsword.
Keep the whole body.
And I think, because we don't need the body, I was going to just feed that to you, Kothar.
No, Viren, keep the whole body. Just don't cut the head off quite yet. Just in
Okay.
case we're gonna need to
keep it fresh.
we need to find some clerics and ask these bodies questions because I want to know who this was going to.
You don't need a body for that.
I don't care. I want the whole body.
Okay. Yeah, we can hold off on that, sure.
I'm gonna look at the scrolls.
There's no point in making a mess now. We make the mess later.
Which is the scroll or the containers?
So there's three little tubes.
Mhm.
2 of them have broken seals, and then 1 is still sealed.
Is there anything written on those tubes that are broken sealed?
They all have marks of the Inquisition on it, which is part of the organization that not Kothar, Chris belongs to.
Yeah.
They are the Zarlith Syndicate symbols, but they're specifically the eye symbols of the Inquisitors.
Okay. Do we all recognize that, or is Viren the only one that recognizes that?
You'd notice that they're part of that guild, yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't necessarily know specifically what that department outside of knowing that they're kind of like an internal affairs kind of police
Yeah.
force.
Yeah.
They're quite a secretive police force. So whereas you get like regular town guards and stuff, these people are more like detectives that root out people doing illegal stuff within the activity. They go after bigger fish, as it were.
I'm gonna hand him to Viren and ask if he thinks that we should look at those to see where these, if it gives any information about where they were taking the stuff.
Yeah, it is a good idea.
I'll have him open them since he's the.
I will add to that. Is there somebody specifically that you trust explicitly within
At
that
the guild?
within that organization? Yeah, because
I
they have something from your organization, which means somebody either gave it to them or they stole it.
Yeah, we could talk to Cyrex. He might have some. But I don't know if I haven't seen him. He may be out fulfilling a contract.
Well, until we can talk to him, we can go hunt a creature that's killing off the food supply.
So what are we going to do with these 2 dead bodies? Use them as bait for the monster that's killing the food supply?
We could do it. We could take him to one of our guilds and get a cleric. We can ask him questions and
You can do that
then
now.
use them for bait. Sure, why not? We will keep the heads at that point, though.
Do we not have anyone to speak to, Dad? Yeah, I guess it's a higher up spot.
No, that's where you have to go find a cleric, I think.
Yeah, you know that you could definitely find
Yeah.
clerics and stuff in the sea that could do that.
Would we have any clerics within Maris and mine's guild?
Yeah, they're more nature-focused clerics, but that's probably something they could do.
Okay.
Contacting dead is pretty not common, but it's like a known practice that people do. So people in Chris' guild definitely do that because
Okay.
they do a lot of tracking down of information.
Yeah, but they
Okay.
have these bodies have something on them from Chris's guild,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, you could definitely find it from yours.
Okay.
Saska's guild definitely they deal with like death and curses, so they could also do
Oh.
it.
Plus, we're already there, right? Technically.
Well, maybe
Yeah,
we go to
they
Saska's.
may not do it in the same way, but
Maybe
they could do it.
we can go ask Saska's guild that it's more common for them.
Yeah, they deal with a lot of curses, death, undeath,
Okay.
magic that's not particularly encouraged in the northern lands of humans.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so you unload those. The John picks both of them up and just puts them under one arm.
Well, they're empty
and
now. Of course he can.
Oh yeah, that was what was stopping him before.
Yeah.
And just kind of walks off. And
Pussy.
then the you want a fist fight with the Jack?
Not right now.
And
Maybe
then
tomorrow.
the barman holds out his hand towards Verse.
I'm
Beer,
assuming
sorry.
he wants some more money.
Or the keys.
So we're gonna start
Maybe.
with the keys first. Give that back to him.
Cool. Yep, so he takes the key and he pulls out a ring of other keys and clicks it back in.
I guess we give him all 3 keys. The one that they gave us to get down there, and the 2 from.
You already gave the chest ones. Oh yeah, do you mean the other keys?
Yeah, the other
I
keys
mean,
that went down. We
yeah.
just gave him the chest ones.
Yeah.
Did we lose? No, bitches.
Nope.
Don't you?
She's entered the Matrix.
I do have something I need it to be during that time, so
You still have what?
I need to go.
Oh, yeah. You have checked again. What time is it?
It is
9.
4 o'clock for me, so it's 9 o'clock for
Yeah,
you.
so it's been 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Sorry.
That's a good time to leave off. And then next time we can pick up either on the tracks of a monster or tracking down some clerics.
Okay. Probably the clerics first because, you know, we need the information before we feed the bodies to the monsters.
Mm-hmm. And it's closer. Much closer.
I just don't want to carry a head around longer than I have to.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you. Sorry, I was like,
Oh, wait.
no, you're fine. We will be back next month on the 18th. That is the third Saturday. For
Nice.
more Klaska.
hey.
Until
Yeah.
then, everybody enjoy what freedoms you have, and wear a fucking mask. It's not hard. Just do it. Until then, bye!
Bye.